Okay, so for Morrow Chapter 4, I'm just going to do an overview of the whole chapter because none of the discussion questions at the end of the chapter really applied to something we could do for the video because they were all involving working with a student or planning a classroom activity, and since we're not in a classroom yet, they were not really applicable. But one thing that I liked in the chapter was that it went over all of the different theories of language acquisition because I think it's really important as educators for us to know all of the different theories. No one theory completely explains how language is acquired, so it's important to pull pieces from different theories, such as using the ZPD in the cognitive theory and behaviorism with immediate reward and immediate acknowledgement when students are learning new vocabulary. And I also think the constructivist theory with students building their own knowledge based on what they know is really important in early childhood, especially because when students can build off their own experiences, it helps them to remember more of what they're learning. Another thing that I liked in the chapter was that it provided different strategies for each age level of how to work with students, and it really focused on the nature and nurture portion, because if you surround the student with multiple opportunities for language acquisition and development, they'll be better able to build their own knowledge with just using their own brain. And one thing that I wish the chapter would have touched more on is strategies for students with differing abilities, so that if there was a student who was nonverbal, how you could work on their language acquisition with sign language, or for students with just delayed speech and different issues that they might have when it comes to development, different ways to help those students so that as educators we have kind of a better idea. I know that we have learned other strategies in different classes on how to help these students, but I think it would have been nice if the textbook could have outlined a few more ways as to how to help those students. And one more thing that I liked was that the chapter included Common Core standards that each strategy applied to. So even though we're switching to next-gen standards within the next couple of years, I still think it's beneficial because it shows what strategies do line up with the standards. And so the standards are changing, but they're roughly the same principles. So there's a cat there. So yeah, it's good that the standards are in there so that we could actually see how everything aligns, because alignment is really key in lesson planning. So it's nice that they have those in there already so that it's easier to find them when you are trying to plan lessons involving language development. This is Midnight Cat. She's helping me with my reading today. And that's about all I have for Chapter 4. Sorry for the interruption here, but Morrow Chapter 4.